Hello lovelies, first video in a really long time, like about 2 months. This one is a very new collab. This is the first week that we're doing it, and it'll be a monthly thing, I believe, the third Saturday of the month. Actually, 2 new collabs. So the first one was the brainchild of Moira and Crystal. So May I Scrap Lift You will be bumped to once a month. I think it'll be the second Saturday, either the first or the second Saturday of the month, because in May it's every day. So we put this in for the third Saturday, and this one will be called Mad About Mini Paper Pads. So it's a fairly straightforward what it's about. There are no rules really. So whether you want to use a lot of paper pads or a little, and how much extra you pull in terms of full sheets, that's totally up to you. The other collab that is starting and will also be monthly and also on the third Saturday of the month is by Cassandra Tooth, who is the owner of the shop Crazy Craft Obsession. So click on her YouTube channel in the link to see all the participants, and that one is called Rainbow Magic, I believe, and basically it's a monochromatic layout once a month, and this month's color is yellow. Also happening during January and also happens during June is Rediscover Your Stash's twice yearly spending freeze. And this year the task that Sarah had allocated me, because I'm always willing to help during that time, is a crafty takeover day. We've sort of extended into 2, and while it's formally my day's done, there was when I asked in the group what did people want to see, someone suggested doing a layout using a paper pad. So I thought, well, I'll delay that until today, which is for this challenge. I'm currently having to use my phone, hopefully just for this video and not for any others. So I think it's because it takes so long to sync videos from my phone to my MacBook, like hours and hours and hours and hours, just for a 30-minute video. I'm not going to get it done by the time I need to get it done. So I'm probably going to have to do, instead of big bits on fast forward and all that kind of thing, I'll probably just like start the camera as I do things. Paper pads. Another thing that came up in the group was somebody wanted to see a layout with some older supplies, my mind's eye being one of them. So this is a really good one. It's almost entirely yellow and neutrals, and then I pulled in this one as well because it had a lot of grey and yellow, and I love pairing yellow with grey. And then I felt I needed some more neutrals, so I grabbed these 2, which not only have the yellow, but they've got grey and black and that cream, and I do want to mix white with cream. So I picked this paper as my background. This is a crepe paper one, and that's got both the white and the cream together, and I thought that I could just use this black one as a little frame. And because there's lots of cream and no white, I went into my scrap box and pulled out a few of these black and white things and some vellum. And so yeah, I don't know how much I'll use of this. I want to use some of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out all the papers that I want to use for the layout, and then just put the paper pads aside and get rid of them so there's less stuff. And I'm kind of sort of thinking maybe I'm going to stitch some strips down in the middle of the page and then figure out the rest of it. Now the biggest size I've got to work with is 8 by 8, and if I'm going to have to sort of fudge it and leave gaps to stretch things, because I don't want to have any joins and that sort of thing. So I can cover up most of it, but I think for the top and bottom, that's where some of these scraps might come in handy, because a lot of them are the full width. So I'll see what happens. In fact, maybe I'll do all that off the camera, the phone camera, and get started on that and come back when I've got that far. Okay, I've stitched everything down. I have to cover this bit, which isn't very big. And in addition to the My Mund's Eye and October Afternoon papers, this one's from Scraps from Cosmo Cricket, this one's from Basic Grey, and these two are from two different Dear Lizzie collections. So mixing up different papers and different collections was something that was also asked about, and this is actually a really good example being monochromatic, and that is if you're going to do something like that, mixing different shades, different tones. I mean, some of the yellows are rather cool tones, some of them are warm tones, some of them are virtually mustard and white and cream, all that kind of thing. Then basically the more you have, the more purposeful it looks. And it's the same kind of principle that I use with Scrappy Quilt. These three photos that I'm just going to cluster up, there's a little bit of journaling. I'm not really sure where that's going to go. I do want to mat these up on something, and that's going to help close that gap as well, and I need somewhere to write. I mean, I could write on the empty space. Not discounting that completely. I do want to use make sort of really big embelly clusters, busy ones, crazy ones. I need to kind of bring everything in, and I think probably under the photos is where I could use some white and or black, grey, something else. Could do a bit of an Alex special with those. So I've put aside some of these. Actually, I might use this one as the first layer. It's cream, so it's going to show up under here, but because I'll use some black and other stuff, then that's going to make a distance between the yellow that's in here and the yellow that's down there. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is stick these down onto each other to make a kind of a, just so that they stay together as one unit. That will do, hopefully. Maybe I'll move that one out just a smidge. Okay. So I'm just going to cut the gradually increasing mats, probably with scissors even, because it's not really going to show. You're not really going to be able to notice that they're not really straight. I mean, these I pretty much cut with scissors, and some of them I cut them wonky on purpose because I just like that look. And it sort of, it works with the story. So, yeah, I think I'll do the whole phone off once again and come back once I've done that. Okay, so I've done this, and the very last layer is vellum. Drafted the journaling on this card. My handwriting's particularly terrible today, but whatever. I tried again on the back, but it wasn't any better. So I'm going to put the title down, I think, across here, perhaps on this strip, that one. If I sort of sneak that there, I might do an embelly cluster, maybe one above there between, because the title's probably going to go, it's a long one and it's going to go all the way across, and so I'm going to have a weird gap here. So that's going to be a good spot. Maybe one on the side and something down the bottom. I don't know. Okay, I've stitched this down. I went that forwards and backwards and forwards, so 3 times, and it holds those down because, and I just put a glue dot under that, the dot of the eye, because we all know about chipboard thickers and their propensity to just not be sticky at all. Actually, that's good. That's going to leave loads of room there. This one's going to have to be small, and then this one can be big too. I've added a few glue dots just there. I messed up the dispenser, but there's still plenty of dots on it, so I'm not throwing it out just because they don't roll on. And put a bit of that, and just because it's sitting on the stitching, and I'm just not sure whether it will hold or not. This is card. Yeah, this one probably will hold a little bit better because it's not vellum as the bottom layer. I wouldn't mind finding a spot for these, or even just cutting one out and putting it in each cluster, because I like to pick things that are kind of relevant to the story. And for this particular time, a chair is very much part of the story. Okay, I changed my mind. I think I'm just going to do 2 clusters, because if I do one here, it's going to cover up all that nice stitching and paper. So here and here. Okay, I'm going to ink this and stick this one down, because at least I know that, I mean, I don't know that I'm going to want that there, but I'm just going to decide and be done with it. Oh, actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make some decisions, otherwise I'll never get this finished. I still want to use some mist, maybe some gold that will work with the title, and there's a few little gold chipboardy bits. And slip this under there. Okay, that should hold. Now, what else? Admit 1 is topical. Maybe I'll put the Wednesday here instead of place. I'll just put the date and then that Wednesday there. I still want to put something big up there. I'm just not sure what. A white cat, a grey cat. In there, something in there. And this. As I mentioned before, that I like to choose things that have meaning, even if it's not necessarily obvious to anybody else. The chair can go there. I don't know. What this cat needs though is glue dots. That'll do. And this guy up here, even if I put something sort of, you can still tell it's a chair. Okay, I need more yellow up there. Maybe one of these admit ones. Probably only need one. Oh, look, here I found a whole bunch of extra stuff. I keep this, no, this, I need this. Actually, that's a good one. Could apply to the Diet Coke or the infusion. I call it my go-go juice. I mean, it's really not that great. It's not like it makes me feel fantastic, but, you know, could be worse. Now, hoping that, I don't know if, no, these clocks are not upside down now that I've put it here. Okay, that's that. Actually, no, I really do want my foam at this point. Actually, I'll probably write the date before I forget. Actually, I like that. Half stuck down and half with a foam. And then I'll put that one up there, and then the butterfly somewhere here. Yeah, let's chuck that on the top there because it's cute and I want to use it, and I don't think I'm going to use it in the next lot of layouts. Sorry if I am out of the frame. I can't, because I don't have a second screen. I can't even tell. So yeah. Yeah, and then I want that flapping in the breeze. That's going to go there somewhere. That's not going to go anywhere. Nope, make phone back on. Here with something else there, I don't know. Maybe I can put this other fabricy bit there. Just okay, yeah, maybe that will do. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm kind of over it. I just can't be bothered dealing with brads and or buttons. I will try and do that on the other Rediscover Your Stash layout. I did put 3 little pearls and 3 little black pearls. I opted for the white pearls because I do have these in cream and black, but there was a lot of cream on the page already, and I just wanted to sort of play up that white a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take some stills, and you can pause on the journaling so that you can read it. It might take you a while because, yeah, my writing is less than. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please go through and watch all the other girls playing along with the very first Rainbow Magic and the very first Mad About Mini Paper Pads collabs. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.